morning mga ka-tribu. It's another exciting Wednesday here on Straight Talk, where we bring you engaging and thought-provoking conversations on the issues that matter most. I'm Chito Lozada.
And I'm Teddy Montelibano. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune now on YouTube, bringing you in-depth discussions that inspire and inform.
So today we have a very special episode for you. We're joined by two individuals who are making waves in the world of food and culinary innovation. First, we have Kiko Torno III, passionate food advocate and the founder and CEO of 7 Hectares, a project focused on promoting eco-friendly food practices.
Sustainable. And alongside him is JJ Yulo, a writer, food creative, and expert in all things delicious.
All things
JJ's work brings fresh and exciting perspectives on food, showing us how great meals can be both creative and memorable. Let's now dive into the exciting world of food, culinary creativity, my favorite topics, by the way. Welcome to the show, Kiko and JJ.
Hi, welcome.
Honored to
guys.
have, finally to see you guys here. And,
Thanks for the invite. sir.
Honored to be here also. Honored to be
Yes, I
here.
mean, thank you for your time. I know everybody's busy. You guys are
It's
very
great.
busy.
We talk about food in the holidays.
Food and the traffic in Manila. Anyway,
And the
so let's
traffic
let's
in
get straight to that. You're CEO. You're founder and and CEO of 7 Hectares.
Yes,
Just, can you tell us a little bit about in capsule form? What is 7 Hectares all about?
7 hectares is actually a pond facility. I'll give you the summary of that one. It was these are abandoned ponds back then because the
Abandoned farms.
Ponds.
prawn
Ponds.
ponds.
Prawn ponds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
okay.
the collapse in Negros happened back in the late 80s, early 90s. So when me and my wife got married, we're both corporate. We found and we said we want to do something in farming, but we didn't know. So the inspiration of 7 hectares was actually from a farm in one of our travels in Tuscany, where we dined on everything that they actually grew in the land.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I said, okay, we can do this in the
I
Philippines.
mean, they pack it out of somewhere and then they cook it and then you put
No,
it. put it in
they
a-
harvested it and then they served it. The wine, the cheese, the prosciuttos and stuff. So I said, okay, we can do this in the Philippines, but I'm not going to grow cheese. I'm not going to grow prosciuttos because we're
It's
tropics.
already.
Yeah, so okay, so we prayed about it and then we all of a sudden chanced upon, okay, let's try our hand on milkfish. Then I saw, okay, there's not much challenge into growing milkfish, which is bangus. Then we encountered barramundis or apahap in Tagalog.
Or
I said,
sea
okay,
bass.
or sea bass.
Discovered the
Then all of a sudden, I said, okay, let's change it. So we started dabbling into it. Then all of a sudden, I said, okay, this can be something serious. So me and my wife, we studied in SEAFDEC,
Yeah, I know.
Southeast
Oh, it's in
Asian
Iloilo.
Fisheries. Yeah, it's in Iloilo,
Tigbawan.
Tigbawan. So unbeknownst to all or most, is SEAFDEC is run by 17 countries.
That's true.
And the research hub is actually in Iloilo.
Yes.
Have you
in
been
the
there,
Philippines.
JJ?
No,
You
I
should.
haven't.
So that is where we studied. But back then, they were actually doing the traditional lessons. So me and my wife, we just studied the technique, but we corrected it. Because I'm a 70s boy. So during that time, I fully enjoyed fresh fish, produce. My mom would always bring it to the wet market. And the wet market back then was so colorful. I mean, the sizes of the
Where?
fishes.
Wet
In
market
Parañaque.
where?
I'm a South
In
boy.
Parañaque.
So the fish, the catch was actually really
Yep.
healthy. It was clean. It was lush. So
70s.
70s.
yeah. So I said, okay, there's a problem here already because when I was in advertising, you would see that there were already red flags. A shortage of this, red tide of this. The sizes are getting smaller and smaller. So that's how we started. Okay, I think there's a trend that's going to happen already because of mismanagement. So, you know what? Let's try to do things correctly. So we started with barramundis or sea bass, as you would call it,
Why that particularly?
because they consider it as a pest.
Really?
A pest?
Yes.
It is a
In certain regions here, there are main crops. Okay, if your main crop is bangus, that's an herbivore.
That's
An herbivore. They eat on plankton.
Herbivore.
Herbivore.
Herbivore, yeah.
Herbivore. So anything that would eat that herbivore, which is your main crop, is considered as a pest. So what we did in the farm is we reversed it.
Okay.
So wait, this is
But hold on.
more.
So you can grow barramundi in a contained environment?
Yes.
I thought it was like out
In the
there
wild.
the sea, the wild.
Yeah.
Sibas.
So you can farm it pala.
Yes, so everything that is grown in the farm is actually naturally fed because I don't work alone. I work with a team of marine biologists. I
Great.
have my finfish, I have my crustaceans, and I have my mollusks
So
team.
this is a real honest to goodness. I mean, this is a serious operation. that you
Yeah,
do.
I mean, we've been doing this for the past, 14, 15 years, and I have had not one single client that had any bad allergic reactions in any of the seafood. So it gets to show that it's not the seafood, it's the toxins that is found in the seafood.
The toxins, okay. Yeah. Okay. Have you been to this farm?
I have.
What are your impressions?
I went the start of the year actually. So my impressions. Okay.
What was it? There was people have been talking about a slow food kind of
Oh, yes.
junket that you
wanna-
introduce it to
Yeah.
Manila media.
7 hectares is part of it, but he can
Yeah.
talk more.
He's part of, well, 7 Hectares is now part of Slow Food. So Slow Food's international movement started in Italy.
Yeah.
And the whole point of Slow Food really is to, I guess, propagate the idea that food should be cooked
Good, clean.
at home, cleanly, with the best ingredients you can. You know, it
Best
doesn't have to be
ingredients.
expensive, but
Yeah.
but you know, naturally grown. Don't use the commercially grown stuff if you can
So
help it.
I mean, when you say naturally grown, no.
Yeah,
pesticides, chemicals.
when you're part of the community of slow food, you practice good, clean, and fair.
Yeah.
It's good food, clean, and of course, definitely have to be fair to the farmers.
Yeah.
So in our community, you don't ask for discounts. You don't
You know
ask
it's
for
for this
tawa.
one. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone has to win.
Yes.
Right. Right.
You know how it is, Tito. How hard for farmers, to grow crops, and then you ask for discounts. The moment you ask for discounts or you ask for tawad, you're taking away 1 or 2 meals from that family.
You take
Take away 1 or 2 meals in a day
Meals
from
a
that
day,
family
okay.
because of that tawad. So that is what we actually practice within slow food.
You should really educate Filipinos. Filipinos are notorious for tawad.
Yeah,
I mean everybody. I make tawad.
Sure.
it's a culture.
But now that you say that, when you do that, you're not thinking about how difficult it is for this person to
exactly.
bring to you something that you enjoy.
We've taken away the importance, I think, from the people who actually produce
Yeah,
and grow our food.
That's really because
That's the
before
problem.
it's all about us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want the best.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
the
yeah.
best.
Yes.
But they don't want to pay premium.
Yes. Yeah.
Diba? But understanding, people can pay premium. There are people who want to pay premium, but they don't know why. They don't know why. I mean, what you will say, dami naman dyan, di ba't mo competitive?
Yeah.
But you have to really educate. So it's a whole education thing that you're
It is.
doing, not just growing food.
Yes.
no?
Yes.
It's great. It's
So
great. Okay.
yeah. So when I went to fish farm, I didn't even know it was part of slow food.
Why
yet.
did you go there?
I went because so I don't go to Bacolod very often, but I am Negrense. My roots are
course.
in Bago.
Of course.
So I've always wanted to get in touch with that side of me. So this year, my first trip was in Feb for a wedding. But since I was going to go for a wedding, I called some chef friends of mine. Since I have quite a few Negrense friends, I said, "Uy, tara, let's go to Bacolod together. Let's explore with me, and then let's see what comes out of it."
okay.
So I wound up with a chef friend, Pat Go, of
Yeah.
your local.
Pat Go is Negrense.
He's Negrense.
He's Negrense.
His mother
He's
is.
Negrense,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
She grew up in Bacolod.
no, he grew up. The Potencianos of Boracay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Our
and some other friends.
Noe and
Yeah, Noe and Odette.
Odette.
So I called up Chin Chin Uy, who's he's the
president.
boss of
He's the
Slow
boss
He's the
Food.
president of
Of
Slow
Slow
Food.
Food.
Yes.
But
Slow Food Philippines.
I know him more as
Yes.
I first met him as that organic farmer guy
Yes.
from Bacolod.
So I met.
right?
So I knew him also.
So I texted Chin Chin and said, Jin, I'm gonna go there, so on and so forth. I want to go to this place. I want to go to Mang Entings. But he said, what else can we do? And then he mentioned 7
So
hectares.
that was the first time that you heard about his 7 hectares.
I hadn't heard anything until sorry, no. I had heard of him because he was doing pop-ups in Manila. He would just, and very simple, like out of the house, they would make sandwiches using their seafood. That's it. But just to prove what they're doing is something worth knowing about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the first time.
Yeah. So when I was, well, sure, why not? So I
Should have ordered
bought a
your
few
blue crab
friends,
buns.
and then we went to their farm, and it is an interesting trek to get
It
to
is.
their farm, because I remember our van, because the road is
Really
medyo
rough.
makitid eh. So if your van lurches a bit to the left or to the right, nasa bangin ka na.
So he's telling us what
the
to
The driver, no, but the drivers know. I mean, the
They
van
just park
drivers.
somewhere,
they're-
they just walk na lang.
So anyway, so the experience for me, that was my experience, is you go to this like little clearing by the ponds, and then there's a
Parking space.
hut set up.
Ah, okay.
We sit down at the table, and then you see a bunch of
So
at
al
that time,
fresco,
yeah,
everything.
al fresco, a bunch of his people around this area, the manangs would cook dishes. And for me, what the thing that kind of blew all of us away really was, it wasn't gourmet. It wasn't nothing. It was very, very simple. To the point that some dishes he's showing off, he's flexing eh.
You flexing.
I didn't put any salt in this, You just try. We just grilled it. So I said, in my head, I was like, if I wore my cook's hat, I'm like, what's this guy crazy? He's just serving fish like that. But when you eat it, and then just a light bulb goes off. To the point that me and Pat, we looked at each other and said, you know what? We are so behind in Manila.
So
Manila so yabang about our food scene,
So
but
Pat was also unaware about this
oh
until
yeah,
he
yeah,
went.
yeah. It was just with me.
Yeah.
We were just exploring. And so we tried all this seafood, and then he had a friend from the States. They were living in Bacolod for a while. They're making organic donuts, of all things.
Organic.
Yeah,
donuts.
and then he served us really good coffee, just a manual machine, or so not a manual machine, but a stovetop
yeah,
machine, and some drinks and all. And we had a great time with something that really defied my expectations. It was no fuss, no anything. It's just us enjoying each other's company, and trying his fish, his seafood, which was all like really, honestly, and I say this not because he's here, but it is some of the cleanest tasting fish I've tried anywhere.
But
Anywhere.
that's
ah.
exactly
you.
what
Yeah, yeah.
what me. I live in Manila. I don't know what to eat anymore.
That's why.
Because I want to cleanse my palate. I mean, I want to go somewhere where I can just have straightforward. I mean, don't adorn it anymore. If it's good, then let me try the good.
That's
the
one
goodness
of
of
the,
it.
That's one of the advocacies of the farm, actually, why we set it up. Because previously we wanted to be a chef's haven. You know, Filipino chefs should actually learn more about their seafood produce, because we're peninsulares, or we're in a peninsula. We're island people. So I want them to explore the natural flavor of the fish. So we actually grow some herbs in the area, so you can actually just forage
Okay.
and, cook the fish and allow the fish to shine.
To shine,
You don't
Shine.
need to put. That's why I like the mindset of Marco Pierre. Chefs are just cooks.
Yeah.
The real chef is Mother Nature. So that's what I'm trying to, like, guys, if you wanna, I like how Pat Go mentioned it. Honest food is always good food.
Yes, that's the best. I
So
think.
that's what I want to highlight. Even that's why most of my clients also, I ship it directly to their houses once we harvest it.
In Bacolod or in Manila?
No, in Manila. So I have
Kasi Bacolod doesn't.
I have a list that's going to be ready for harvesting. We select the sizes, but it's still in the ponds. They're still alive. Then we harvest it the day we ship it to Manila.
Okay.
So there's a window of freshness. From the pond, that's why we call it pond to plate in the farm, because whatever it's up in the pond, we serve it to the plate. It's a degustation. But here,
Bulaway.
when you order in our farm and then we ship it directly to Manila, from the pond at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's already in your house by 10, 11 in the morning still. So that's how fresh it is.
I really want to.
Really fresh.
Can you just pay for 6
It
people?
should be
Yeah,
mentioned.
God almighty.
It should be mentioned though. He is not a restaurant.
Yeah, I'm not a rest. Oh yeah,
I don't want a
It is-
restaurant.
I know.
want a natural.
No, we have to clear. We have to clear the air here. We have to clear the air because people now.
Out by the pond.
He's getting press. He's getting people talking about him, and everyone thinks it's like, oh, it's one of the. It's a restaurant. It's not. It's really not.
natural. It's out there.
It is
Because
a lesson.
Yeah,
is
a
what I
lesson.
think.
for me,
it's a lesson.
we
Oh,
just
Chito, you want to come with me?
Oh, yeah.
29. Let's fly
When?
to Bacolod.
Tomorrow,
29.
we're having a commercial break, so we'll be right back.
Next.
And this break is brought to you by Bayad Center. Hashtag bigger, better, younger bayad. And you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister, today the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as Utol, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion as if it was rendered by your own sibling.
Utol ka ba? Dito ka na. Utol ka, iingatan kita.
Now, who would you prefer to drive you home?
Utol ako, mangangalaga sa'yo.
Utol, the ride-hailing app to consider.
So we're back, Ted.
So we're back. Very interesting.
Very interesting talk.
Yeah, we're back with JJ Yulo and Kiko. JJ, I don't know how to describe you really. The first thing, I mean, but this is somebody who really just wants good things, wants everything good about the Filipino, and has a passion to promote it.
Tell stories. That's what I
Tell
like to do.
stories.
Yeah.
And Kiko Torno.
Torno, not
Kiko
that.
is a Manileño who first took up aerospace
Yeah.
or
Aerospace.
something.
Yeah.
Something really esoteric. You don't know what it is. I mean, he was talking to me earlier about what
Aerospace
was it?
engineering. I took aerospace engineering.
Aerospace engineering, for the love of Mike. What's that?
So we
man?
designed space shuttles actually.
Space shuttle.
Yeah, and then
In the US?
No, here.
you dropped it, and then went to advertising.
Went to
met
advertising.
Gretchen, met your wife.
Met
right?
my wife. I had my stint in TBWA and then Saatchi and Saatchi. Then I took on a regional post in Singapore, handling HTC, the handheld phone.
Used to
Handled Nokia also. And then, but while I was in corporate, I was still running the farm already.
Oh, so you were already starting to farm.
Yes, we were learning. Because the best way for you to learn in agriculture is to commit mistakes as early as you can so you don't repeat it
I
again.
like it. That's true.
So, and I didn't know anything. I'm an engineer. I was in advertising. I didn't know anything.
You're urban. You're an urban
yeah,
kid.
I'm an urban kid. So the best way for me to learn is to, jump into it without knowing anything and learn through mistakes, which I had still time.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump into it that, I know everything already, because once you make a mistake, that's where it becomes painful.
Correct,
So while I was still in advertising, or corporate, you would say, I wanted to learn as much as I can.
Okay.
So we started out, as you mentioned during the break, what species? We started out with sea bass. Now we already have 8 species. We
8
have-
species.
Yeah.
And how big an area are you? 7 hectares.
7 hectares. That's why I didn't want to put too much into it, but 7 hectares is my area of ponds.
Is that the ideal size for growing 8 species?
No. We had to build the ecological environment for that.
I mean, but if you have 7 hectares, is that just to say just the correct size for what you have now, or did you are you supposed to, buy more land and
Well, if you want to
And grow.
produce more, but for us, we don't want to break the optimum performance of the ponds. That's
Okay.
what broke Negros.
yes, yes.
Because they overstocked, they really stressed out the ponds.
I don't know if JJ knows this. Negros used to be, and even Iloilo, we used to grow. We were tiger prawn farming.
Right.
And very lucrative.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, yeah.
boom, tiyang ina yan. We overstocked.
Yeah.
And
It collapsed.
it just died. I mean,
But you're not the only ones who's having those problems. I mean, the president of Micronesia pala has been to the farm and brought his senators and checked out the facility. They flew us there, and they are actually repeating what happened to Negros and Iloilo.
Yeah.
So they're having those problems already because of artificial practices. That's why you were asking a while ago, how long does it take for me to grow a sea bass to half a kilo or 500 grammars? That takes me around 8 months to grow
okay.
because you have to feed it properly. My team actually had to study all the dietary components. How we actually do it is, why are the species in the facility? So there's food source. What are its food source? So those are the things that we actually study on. So now we have 8 species.
What is this?
These are sea bass, your
Baramundi?
apahak, your red snappers or mangrove
snappers.
snappers. We
Mangrove
have,
snappers, okay.
yeah, we have mangrove crabs, alimango as you would call
Yes,
it.
yes.
We have oysters, slipper
Oysters?
oysters. Yeah, we grow it.
Slipper oysters.
Slipper oysters to a right size. We have horn snails. Horn
What are
snails.
horn snails?
It's a pest in Negros. You consider it as a
Pest?
pest.
Why?
Yes.
Why
Because
is it
they
a pest?
eat a lot of algae.
So,
So in order for, if you're a bangus farmer,
okay.
you need the algae.
yes, yes, yes.
So,
But you're not a bangus farmer.
no, I'm not a bangus farmer. So you consider it as a pest. Now, if you love escargot, the horn snail trumps that one.
Really?
It's sweeter. It is
Wow.
way sweeter.
It's good.
It's really
Should
good.
have just kept to yourself. Maybe a Frenchman is listening to us.
So
really,
yeah.
huh?
Then we
Okay.
have navajas. Navajas are your
Clams are
razor
like
clams.
razor clams, yeah.
It's really grown in Europe and in the West, but we have a strain. We have the small strain, but it's very flavorful because of our location as a country.
Yeah.
So we have that, and then we also have mangrove clams.
Mangrove clams.
Yeah.
Wow. In soup?
Yes.
Wow,
I,
my
I
goodness.
think it has to be said also that what I find very admirable actually is he really practices seasonality.
Yes.
What is this?
Right?
what
Seasonality
is-
meaning he'll never sell you anything that's out of
Out of
season.
season.
Why are they? Do they have?
Yes.
Fish have
yes.
season.
Fish have seasons.
Your produce is seasonal ba yan?
Yes.
Like what?
Like for the sea bass, I mean, it only.
Sea bass you want? Okay. Yeah.
We're-
8 months.
I'm an artisanal grower. That's why I only have small batches to keep the
great,
supply consistent. But I can't do volume. I can do volume maybe during its season because it's season, but I need to manage my ponds.
Yes.
So as JJ mentioned, yes, we will only harvest when it's in time. So what I would do is if there are bulk orders, I have to temper it down in order to address the consistency because I'm very selective with some resto establishments that I work with.
Yeah.
I work with chefs who is respectful of what I do and the pricing, because it allows me to be to be consistent in my supply. So I need
Are there a
to.
lot of chefs who are like that? I can think about a relative. But I don't know. But other than her,
But yeah, I mean they are. Yeah, she's very supportive of the farm. She's
yeah,
one
but
of
she
the.
understands.
She was actually the reason. Margarita Forest was actually one of the reasons why
it's
we
good
have
you
our
mentioned it. Okay.
who put 7 hectares in the culinary industry. So she's one of the. I can never say no to her
Yeah.
because she strongly believes in the facility.
It's good.
So
yeah.
right now
Place, yeah.
we've improved our slow food. Or Terra Madre already gave me that.
But are there any other chefs like that other than Margarita? Than
Right
Margarita?
now, yes, Elborn. He's part.
Josh Bosworth, for instance.
Oh, he hasn't ordered for me.
Josh
Boutwood.
Boutwood.
Bosworth.
Sword is,
He hasn't. I've never encountered him.
Obviously, carnivorous eh. Di ba? And never mind, let's talk about, let's just stay here. Okay, sorry.
no wonder, you know.
Maybe Charlie Gonzalez.
Shelly, he orders at times.
Okay, yeah.
At times, when he has special events.
Toyo, the guy from Toyo.
Jordy.
Oh.
I don't know.
Before. They
Anyway, yeah,
Yes.
you're talking about the seasonality.
Yes, because one of the challenges or one of the advocacies of the farm is back then, people started accepting 200, 300 grammer sizes fish. The problem with that is if you harvest the fish, they are forced to actually give birth at an early stage. That means the species you don't give them time to grow bigger.
Yeah.
So the strain is only constrained to that size. So people would actually order from me, can we order 200 to 300 grammers? I won't. I will only sell you 5 and above. It took me 2 years for some of the chefs to understand, we can actually get more yield if we order bigger sizes. So now it's nice to experience or encounter home chefs that order, can I order the medium size? Because it allows the fish to, be full in its meat content, the fat content, the taste texture is still there. So
Okay, let's say I have a lot of relatives in Negros. That, sorry, every other
you actually
person.
own the land. You and him.
Can like family cooks? I mean, can they order from you?
Yes.
Or do you have like a minimum? What?
Yes, I have a minimum.
How does this thing
Okay,
work?
the system in the farm is I only ship to Manila.
You ship to
mostly.
Manila.
Yes.
But what about the Negrenses?
It's not a novelty in Negros, but they are already learning because of the slow food or Terra Madre movement.
No,
They
what
are-
I'm trying to say is that if I live in Manila, if I live in Bacolod,
I'll deliver it to your house.
can my cook call you up and say,
Yeah.
kailangan kami ng ganito?
I'm so happy.
But that's why, what is the minimum that they can?
Around 2 kilos.
What is 2 kilos?
4 pieces of fish.
4 pieces. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
great.
that's
good
how,
to know. Good to
yeah,
know.
because, which is fresher because from the pond.
But
it
do you
goes to-
deliver or
yes, we
they-
deliver in Bacolod. I've had. It's nice to know that there are already like a couple of clients already that's consistent, very consistent in Negros, and I'm so happy and proud that Negrenses are slowly getting having that sense of pride in their produce already.
Appreciated kind of
Yes,
thing.
so that for me is a.
Yeah, because and then what about if you're in Manila? If you're in Manila, how much can you what's the
Same.
what's the minimum?
It's the same.
If you're in Manila, you cannot
Two-
just
2
order
kilos.
2 kilos.
Yeah, but I have a list already, so I need to hit that list in order for me to make it
ship it,
affordable
yeah,
to ship.
that's
So,
good, yeah. Of course, yeah.
and I only harvest the day of its cargo.
Wow. That's
Then we can actually, if you have extra requests, we can actually fillet it. We can clean it for you. We can actually do ikejime.
What?
Ikejime.
What is it, Jimmy?
Ikejime is a technique that was founded by a Japanese guy. His name is Ikejime, wherein you how do you say you bleed
Mercifully.
mercifully
Unalive the fish.
yeah.
Is that politically the politically
Yeah.
correct term now?
Yeah, mercifully unalive the fish.
And alive.
And then
God
you
almighty.
extract the blood because it lessens that fishy taste. So you get to enjoy
So
a
the,
clean
the
flavor.
langsa is in the blood?
Blood, of course.
Ah, okay.
Di ba pagka nasugatan tayo, pagka it's bloody.
I don't know. I don't
Pag
make a product. I don't make it.
Yeah, but you bleed the
Really,
fish.
huh?
Yeah, you bleed the
So
fish
that's
so
how
that
it is.
How do you do that?
the taste notes increases around like 100-fold. It's cleaner. You can store it longer.
I see. Wow.
Special technique.
It's a special
the
technique.
sushi guys.
Yes, the
especially,
sushi guys.
The masters, they
Yeah,
know
he
how they mastered all this stuff
Yeah.
already. That's why when you taste if you go to Japan, you taste sushi there. You will not taste a single lansa
Yeah.
or whatever. Because they know they've been doing it for hundreds of years. I
I know,
guess.
I know.
So it's
And
a
so,
Japanese.
yeah.
You still do that? You still do your Japan tours and all that, food tours?
Yes, I do. But of course, in pandemic, I had to stop. So I'm trying to make that
Revive
play
it,
again. Yeah.
revive it.
But you know, there's again, for me at the end of the day, it's really when you go to places like Japan or other places, there's so many things that we can all
Now
learn,
it's Negros.
learn from each other.
No, that's what I was about to say.
it's
Now, why
Negros.
don't, let's concentrate on Negros first.
I,
You, bro, it's such a small, it's such a
We
minority.
do that when we
It's
go
such a minority, you know, knowing about
when we return from commercial.
Commercial break.
break.
And this break is brought to you by Bayad Center. Hashtag bigger, better, younger bayad. And you can buy it all. Meralco. Ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister. Today, the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as Utol, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing, with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion, as if it was rendered by your own sibling.
Utol ka ba? Dito ka na. Utol ka, iingatan kita.
Now, who would you prefer to drive you home?
Utol ako, mangangalaga sa'yo.
Utol, the ride-hailing app to consider.
We're back. Ted?
Yeah, we were talking about, well, on a macro level, we were starting to talk about if your operations are done, I mean, you know, in a larger scale, maybe you could do something to address
Yeah.
the fish shortage.
Since I work with the team of marine biologists, I don't move just by myself. I consult with them. If this practice, I mean, I've been to Europe, I've been to the West and Asia, and I'm trying to find someone who actually does what I'm doing, just to exchange notes. You know, nobody can actually monopolize anything. So it can be one of the solutions in the forthcoming fish shortage, which Department of Agriculture already announced last October that we are already near depletion
Really?
of
Local Philippine
Yes. Yes.
Philippine fish.
because of course with the problems that we've been having with China.
WPS.
Yeah, so
Why sorry, a lot of our fish come from that area.
because those are sanctuaries. The ones that they actually destroy the sanctuaries. You don't destroy a hospital. That's the hospital of the fish. That's why those are fish sanctuaries. That's where they give birth, and then they migrate through the current.
I see.
So,
okay, yeah.
There's a shortage coming, and doing what we placed as protocol can actually abate that forthcoming shortage of fish production. And one thing that 7 hectares is focusing on are the endemic high-value species, because those are the ones that actually handles the balance in an ecological standpoint.
What is
this
endemic? Can you mention some of this endemic?
Endemic is like,
High-value.
let's say, sea bass in
Sea bass,
Negros.
sea bass is
Well,
endemic
it's in
to Negros?
Davao. It's in Davao. You can find it somewhere in Bicol, but there's a lot in that strip of in the Visayan Sea. There's a lot there, so we can actually preserve that, or actually it can be per region. Malipoto, let's simply say in Taal. Now there's a small batch hatchery that's actually producing that, and not many know that in Cavite.
Okay.
So those are the endemic species that we can actually restore and revive.
What about these clams, this horn snail and all that?
The horn snails are just there as a natural food source. They get to attract, like in the ponds that we actually have, we do pond rotations. So because these are the ones, the beauty of Mother Nature is she heals herself. All we need to do is follow her lead, and then the supply will just keep growing.
care of
And I think for us, take pause also.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
For us, it's take pause.
To take
Because
pause.
if you take a few steps back, this is how I see it. I don't know if it's a simplistic way of looking at it, but when everything we're doing is because we're in such a rush to gather, sell. That's why even as simple as vegetables that are sold, they're not even fully ripe yet, but because let's sell it now because we want to make money. It's about money, right? And I get it also. But at the same time, what we're doing naman to the whole system, to our earth, to all the things living in it. So if we respect it more, we get better quality, we eat better, and it's just better for everyone in general, rather than just following the.
Yeah, and the best platform for Filipinos to take pride, restore their dignity in terms of being farmers and aquaculturists is the Terra Madre platform.
Could you tell us
Terra
about
Madre is the umbrella of Slow Food International.
What is it? Where did it originate?
In Italy.
Italy, okay.
In Italy. So right now Negros will be the hub for Asia and the
We have
Pacific.
been chosen.
Terra Madre.
Yes, it was awarded.
This is
it
a
was
global.
given.
This is a global.
This is a
movement.
global movement, and Negros will be the hub for Asia and Pacific
What made them take notice of Negros?
because the beauty of the island.
No, I mean, was it anything that we did?
Yes, Negrenses are, you really take care of the land. Plus, the culinary people would fly there just to eat. So, what Slow Food, which is led by Chinchin Oy and Rina Gamboa, which is the daughter of Tita
Yes,
Lynn.
I know Rina.
Yeah.
I know Rina.
So she is right
So
now.
Rina is really part of it, pala.
No, she's my boss.
Okay. What do you mean?
She's the one.
She's the one.
She's the one.
What Rina says, Rina gets.
Si Tita Lynn man ba?
Well, Tita
No,
Lynn.
no, of course, yeah.
But
Yes.
she's the executive director already of the Philippines for Slow Food.
So it has been officially structured.
Yes. Then, but Chin Chin is the chancellor for Asia Pacific of Slow Food.
He was president for a while, di ba?
Well, yeah,
Until now or something.
president of Negros, but now he got elevated to Asia
In a
Pacific.
global, yeah,
Yes,
in a regional.
which is Asia. That's why we also have iPhone, which is being positioned as we won the bidding for 2027, which will be hosting around maybe 5,000 delegates. For Terra Madre, we will be inviting our neighboring countries already, which is around like 7 to 12 countries.
And where will all this take place?
It will
In
be in
Bacolod.
Bacolod.
Wow.
So
Terrific. So what are the targets? The date targets
November of next year
Of next year, 2025 for
Terra Madre.
for Terra Madre. And
For
then-
iPhone is 2027. So they the contingency or the entire team just arrived 2 weeks ago, and they just got awarded. I mean, thanks for the effort of Governor Lacson.
Yeah.
That we won the bidding for Chin Chin for taking the charge also, and with the major help of Boyet Uychat, which we all know.
Slow food and Terra Madre and all that. It might sound a little alien and exotic to people, but really, the way I look at it, it's as simple as, look, I want to make my sinigang. Instead of using a packet from the supermarket, I'm actually going to get tamarind and just make it the old-fashioned way. And then if you live in the vicinity and there are vegetables that grow in the bukid that hindi pinapansin ng mga tao, but masarap naman and it's good for you, I will harvest these vegetables and put it into my sinigang because it's right there.
It's right there.
It's as simple
food.
it's
Yes,
as simple
that's
as
slow
that,
food.
really.
Yeah, because packet, open, boom.
Yeah.
In fast food.
And if you take a step back again, it's really just everyone just rushing.
So that's
It's
slow
just-
food.
That's
know,
why the
Take pause.
antidote.
Take pause.
The antidote to living in Manila and getting used to all of this fast
Yeah.
After a while, that's wala nang taste.
Avoid it.
Used
Yeah.
to go to Negros and go on 7 hectares.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cleanse your palate and
No.
There you go.
taste real
That's
food.
why I do pop-ups. That's how we, like right now.
Manila setting, I
Yeah.
don't like
No,
it.
but right now, I
Mas
want you to
maganda yung dun
experience. I want you to experience the natural produce. That's why we have pop-ups, and we only have a couple of slots left. It's from 9 tomorrow until the 22nd or 23rd. We're highlighting Saravia because of the blue swimming crabs. So you get to enjoy properly harvested blue swimming crabs
So
in a
this is-
brioche bun.
Okay. But
So-
I thought these were 10-course dinners or something, or
That's a
multi-course dinners.
That's a degustation. I call it cintillas. Cintillas is an old. It's an old Spanish Dugrense term. It's called spark because I want to spark that inspiration in you or that curiosity in you to learn more about your food. So you get to enjoy that in the farm.
Yes.
But we're bringing it already in Manila.
That's a better description. Kasi degustation sounds so...
So
I am
Spanish.
there, right? It's like, oh, let's go to a degustation. But, you know, to fully appreciate it, I think you have to fully appreciate what he does. I think also before you even enter, even your mindset, you're already thinking of it along another way, right? Than just having, this is a gourmet meal featuring gourmet ingredients. And
Telling you,
everything.
man. 2025, I am going to start not thinking about junk gourmet and junk truffle. We're all saturated with truffle, gourmet. I just want food like what you're having out there,
Clean
al
is
fresco,
good.
by the
Clean is
pond. That's food.
Most probably
we
you
should
don't-
go back to that. Go back to where we
You
came
have
from.
a fruit in Negros that is not far from a truffle mushroom.
You're only trying to get away from truffle. And
No, but the
It's
taste.
the real deal.
No, it's a real deal. It's a fruit. It's a fruit in Negros.
What do you call it?
I forgot the term. My Olongo's skittish. But you add it to your food, it gives that truffle flavor. And it's grown in Negros.
Yeah, okay.
On a tree.
Yes.
Here, when my interest in truffle is waning, you talk to me about it.
They haven't even explored Criollo.
These are and these are the highest form of cacao.
Yeah.
There's a guy there. He's pretty famous in Bacolod. Everyone
But
talks about
globally
him,
knows him.
and globally people know him because he just grows the highest form of cacao. And this,
In small quantities.
No.
Small
Oh,
batches.
well, yeah, right now it's
Yeah.
artisanal.
but there's so many. As you're saying, there's so many things that Manila City people, we don't see these things. We don't.
Grabe. But you know, I grew up eating well. I grew up in the, I guess you don't know. But Jesus Christ, but this is even better. I mean, but we really carnivorous kami. But
Yeah.
I'm carnivorous. I like my
Me
steak.
too, also. But you know, balance is everything.
Balance is
Right?
everything.
Balance is
Balance
everything.
is
balance is everything.
Balance is everything. So.
Okay.
So we
So-
need to wrap up.
Part 2 na lang, Tito.
Oh, there's so much to know, pare. Huh?
Yeah.
So much to know. So much to know. And you guys are really doing something wonderful.
Thank you,
I
sir.
mean, is there anybody out there doing the same thing as you, and within the area, within at least the region,
We have
Visayas or something, or here in Manila?
In Manila.
Manila, there's Slow Food Manila, there's
Somewhere
Slow
in
Food
Luzon.
Cavite. You know, the slow Food is community-based. So we have pocket slow food, and that we're slowly helping them
Is it
come up with
this
the
is the
community.
same thing as Chitwan?
Yes. Chitwan
But
was
Chitwan's
one.
been doing that.
Yeah, Chitwan is she had, I think, I'm not sure if Slow Food Manila.
Ah, okay. Yeah, but Chit has been doing that for a long time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I remember Chit because he was the one who like revived Barako. Isn't it? He was yeah.
I think that's a
It's
family
the only
business.
Philippine coffee I like.
Right.
I like Barako.
But now you have good Liberica strains in Negros.
Yeah, but I like the strong, earthy, and never mind.
It's how you roast it.
It's how you roast it, correct? Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can we get your parting words, guys?
Please catch
Maybe we can-
7 hectares pop-up for this.
Yeah, now what is pop-ups? Can you
Pop-ups is I just bring in the produce, what's in season, and I have a list. I invite them. I post it in my Instagram if you want to catch the brand.
What
or
is your
the-
Instagram?
7 hectares.
7 hectares.
So I post. I do it monthly sometimes. I only bring in a small batch. Is to preach about what I do in Negros.
Great to hear.
So I've done clam chowders. I've done chunky prawn bisque
Okay.
with sardo from Negros also.
Fantastic.
And then, of course, the bestseller is the blue swimming crabs and brioche buns. It's a way for for the consumers to actually enjoy a snack. But for 2025, we're going to be starting the Centillas in Manila. It's a 12-course spread where I bring in my chefs already to give our story on how we should be enjoying our
And
seafood.
where will you be putting it? You'll be putting it in one place only?
No,
or
we'll be
this
in
mobile?
pocket places. So right now, we'll be holding it in Likha Estates in Finma in January.
Which
So
case is in Firma?
in
Where's
Alabang.
Firma?
In Alabang.
Okay, sige.
So the venues there will be using their clubhouse, as you would say.
Is that a subdivision?
It's a community. It's a community
Okay,
place. So they were gracious
Oh,
enough.
you did Saludado.
Yes, Saludad
Saludar,
in
yeah, in
Negros.
Firma,
So
okay, yeah.
now we're doing it here. They were gracious enough to lend the place, so we will be holding it in their place. It's a 40 slot guest, so
Dami, eh?
we're still opening the invites for that one.
Yeah.
Then
Only by invitation.
yeah.
Di ba you used to have, we used to have this thing.
I did exactly the same
Lamination,
thing.
remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That lamination
Oh, yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That would be ideal.
And I
for
did
this.
on my own also. I did stuff like that
Ah, you did it,
many
okay.
years ago. Yeah, yeah. But it's a good way to get people to be more mindful, I guess. And that might be my parting shot. Just be more mindful about what we eat and everything, because there's so much bounty that we just overlook. And I think if there's anything I've learned now, it's in our pursuit of, trying to be a part of everything globally as far as food and F&B is concerned.
Yeah.
I think we could learn from just taking pause and being more mindful about what we eat. Eat deliciously, but eat healthfully as well.
Okay.
Starting with stuff like his seafood.
And always be mindful about the people who produce this.
Actually, just
That
to add
too.
into that is for the ones watching, please give naman some dignity to your farmers.
Some
Because
dignity to your farmers.
give them naman a bit some dignity, because it's hard to grow the produce.
You said something about stop haggling.
Yeah,
Because
if it's hard for them, I know it's expensive here in Manila, but we also get the brunt of it in the province. So don't make tawad na, if possible. Kung alam mong nanloloko, di wag mong bilhin. But if you think it's within the range naman of your budget, wag niyo nang tawaran. I know it's hard, di ba? Pero pareho kayong magugutom kung ganun rin lang naman. So fair lang. That's why for your slow food, good, clean, and we really practice fair.
Is that what fair trade means?
Moving into the future, really, we have to think about these things.
Yes, yeah.
That's true.
We can't deny it
This is a
anymore.
real scarce resources. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we reach that level,
Yeah.
we have to really help also the farmers.
Farmer.
No one's gonna help them because we have problems already in trading and stuff. So it's the consumers that can actually help. Go directly to the farmers.
Yes.
Para rekta na. I mean, mas maganda yung profit margin, mas mura ka pa kasi wala ka ng trader.
Do you
And
put
yeah,
emphasis on that when somebody goes on a excursion to your
Yes.
to 7 hectares?
Yes.
I would want you to emphasize that.
I always do.
Great. Fantastic.
So that wraps up today's episode of Straight Talk.
Terrific.
Big
Part
thank
two
you
and
to
next year.
Kiko,
Let me go to Negros
Torno,
first and
and
then
JJ Yulo
Yeah,
for sharing their insights, inspiring us with their passion for food and culinary creativity.
And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube for more thought-provoking discussions on the topics that matter.
So Ted, until next time, stay informed and stay engaged. I'm Chito Lozada.
And I'm Teddy Montelibano. Thank you for watching, everybody.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Alam nyo ba kung saan napupunta ang binabayad nyo sa Meralco? Dito sa series na ito, isa-isahin natin yan para maipaliwanag ko po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Joe Saldarriaga ng Meralco Corporate Communication Office. Alam nyo ba na pag nagbabayad kayo ng bill sa kuryente, nasa mga 20% lang on the average ang napupunta sa Meralco? Sa katotohanan, nahahati sa iba't ibang components ang inyong electricity bill. Kumbaga parang pizza lang yan. Kasama sa binabayaran natin ay ang generation charge na napupunta sa generation companies o mga nag-ooperate ng power plants, transmission charge na napupunta sa System Grid Operator ng Pilipinas, na National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, at iba-ibang charges na napupunta sa gobyerno. Tulad po ito ng mga subsidies, taxes, universal charges at fit-all. Kung tutuusin, tulad nga nabanggit ko, nasa around 20% on the average ang kabuang bill ang binabayad sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng distribution charge. Ito na ang pinaka-epektibong sistema para sa electricity consumer. Iwas abala ito para hindi na isa-isahin pang bayaran ng iba't ibang kumpanya na dinadaanan ng kuryente. Naway, nabigyan linaw ko po kayo kahit papano sa inyong mga katanungan ukol sa inyong electricity bill. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Manong Joe, ang inyong lingkod.